My name is Daniel Lugo, and I believe in the American dream. Because if you're willing to do the work, you can have anything.
You just can't take a guy's things.
Well, sure we can. He's a criminal.
I watched a lot of movies, Paul. I know what I'm doing.
You said no violence.
When this is over, we'll all go camping.
Okay.
I gotta get a pump.
It hurts. I know it does. That's it. Get it.
All right, Dwayne, what was your training like for this film? What was your routine?
My routine for this film was training 6 times a week. George Farah and many people who go on Bodybuilding.com know who my strength and conditioning coach is. I also have a training coach in Dave Rienzi, and we put together, this was a hell of a prep for a movie like this where it revolves around the world of bodybuilding and that culture of bodybuilding that we love, by the way, that we grew up on. So the prep was a good, 8 to 10 weeks, 6 times a week. Training twice, do my cardio in the morning.
I invited Dwayne to do some jazzercising with me
Yes.
on Tuesdays in South Beach, but he never showed
I
up.
passed up for the Wednesday jazzercise.
So I'd bring the class to outside of his trailer, and we'd start with 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, and 3. And he would never come out and join in, but I know he was inside dancing because I could see the trailer shaking.
I was doing other things by myself, which was interesting.
What was your routine like to prepare for this film?
Oh gosh, well once I signed on to doing the movie, I was committed to getting as big as possible. And that just meant going back to doing what I used to do when I was really young, and lifting as heavy as possible, and eating 10 to 12 meals a day. And I drink 2 or 3 mass gainer shakes a day, and my calorie intake was pretty damn high. And my gas was horrible. We'll be honest with you.
How different do you think your career and possibly your life would have been had you not embraced the physical fitness part early on?
Oh man, it just gives me, between my physical fitness and my faith, I have so much discipline in my life. And I have such a positive outlook on life and, the opportunities that I have and the things that I've been able to accomplish in my life. So it starts out, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm in the kitchen having breakfast. 5 o'clock, I'm in the gym. 6:30, I've already had another shake, and 7:30, I'm eating a couple turkey burgers, dropping the kids off at school, and by 9 o'clock, I'm having another meal, and I've already been to church and worked out, and I feel like there isn't anything that I can't accomplish.
How about you, Dwayne?
Certainly not all that before 9 o'clock. No, look, the training for me has become very defining. It's become part of my lifestyle. It's defined me in many ways. When I was 14 years old, I started training, and I thought to myself, I want to be successful, and the way I know how to be successful, I think, are the men I admire. And those men in my life were pro wrestlers who were my uncles and my dad, and then they were also Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
Who were your favorite wrestlers when you were a kid?
My dad, Rocky Johnson, my uncle Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the Wild Samoans.
Snuka was your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So these men were like big men who always trained and got things done with their hands.
Wow.
So
Superfly, Snuka.
Superfly.
Those are the days. Those are the great days
Those
of
are the good
wrestling.
days, man.
Oh man, Tony Atlas,
Tony Atlas, yeah.
Andre the Giant,
Yeah.
Ivan Putski. That's who I was. Like Ivan Putski, baby.
Polish Power.
Shit. You're damn Skippy. With a little Irish thrown in there.
Dwayne, what's the smartest thing you've ever done fitness-wise, and what is probably the not so well thought out thing you've done fitness-wise?
The smartest thing I ever did fitness-wise was hiring a diet and conditioning coach, as well as a coach putting together my training and my workouts dependent on the roles. That was the smartest thing. Because it fine-tunes your details, and you just have a greater, not only appreciation, but an education for what you need to do and accomplish. The not so smart was probably all the times that I would just train heavy, younger. Mark will tell you it's what you do. You ego train, you throw on way too much weight, and you use poor form, and you wind up getting hurt, and then you regret it later on.
My name is Daniel Lugo, and I believe in the American dream. We're being kept down by people who cheated to get where they are. I got a plan to change that.
I want to be on the team. You said no violence.
When this is over, we'll all go camping.
Okay. Holy Moses.
We're in the game right now.
What's with you clowns?
That's that cabbage patch.
All right, little fella, I'm gonna headbutt you and knock you out.